Welcome, and thank you for tuning in. If you enjoy this video, we invite those of you who haven't yet done so, to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the notification icon, to be notified when the next one is uploaded. We appreciate all comments, whether positive or negative, because it is very important to ventilate both sides of any issue. All we ask is that you observe the YouTube community guidelines. We'd like to urge those of you who haven't yet done so, to sign our online petition for an inquiry into the BBC and Channel 4's coverage of Lewis Hamilton and Abu Dhabi. A link has been provided in the description. If you are on X, then please repost our tweet. Thank you. As the UK celebrates Black History Month this October, it is interesting to note that out of Formula One itself, and the 6 teams based alongside it in the UK, Mercedes is the only one that acknowledges this occasion on its homepage or anywhere else. Aston Martin marked the occasion last year on their social media by announcing a number of initiatives to commemorate Black History Month, but this year, they appear to have opted to celebrate National Inclusion Week in September instead. McLaren appear to have opted to celebrate the US Black History Month, which happens to be February. Arrow McLaren, their IndyCar racing team, marked the month with a variety of physical and digital events throughout the month, including references to Wendell Scott, the first black driver and team owner to compete and win in all divisions of NASCAR at its highest level, and Willie T. Ribbs, the first black man to have tested a Formula One car. However, during this UK Black History Month of October, McLaren appear to have ghosted the only black driver in Formula One, who honed his skills in the McLaren Young Driver program, made his record-breaking F1 debut with McLaren, had the first of his record-breaking race victories with McLaren, won the first of his record-breaking world titles with McLaren, on his way to becoming the most successful and greatest of all time. And instead, McLaren opted to focus on mental health in sport and Ayrton Senna, who we have the utmost respect for, by the way. In a segment celebrating their heritage, McLaren appear to have celebrated everybody but Sir Lewis, their last world champion. Of course, this accords with McLaren's position as one of those leading the anti-Lewis brigade in Formula One, as we have demonstrated in numerous videos. It is a sad sign of the times given that Sir Lewis made his F1 debut with McLaren under the auspices of his mentor Ron Dennis. The young debutant just lost out on winning the title in his first year, but went on to win the following year, and is McLaren's last world champion.
About certain individuals, the struggle, the empowerment, the movement, some of the amazing accomplishments that have happened through history. That gave me a lot of hope that, firstly, there's a place for someone that looks like us and someone of color, and it was incredibly informative, and that's where I learned about Nelson Mandela,
Yes.
and who was, I would say, biggest inspiration. It's so important that it's, as I said, it's not just 1 month. That's why I'm really trying to work with Mission 44 to try and adjust the curriculum.
After becoming the first black driver in Formula One in 2007, Sir Lewis has remained the only black driver in Formula One. In his 18-year career, he has only ever been powered by Mercedes, and has been driving for the team for the last 12 years. During that time, he has broken almost every significant record, including but not limited to number of world titles, race victories, podiums, etc., etc., etc. It is therefore not surprising that, as he became more socio-politically active, Mercedes saw fit to give the appearance that they were supporting him as best as they could. Consequently, they have enjoyed a significant reputational boost from supporting him throughout the years. It is instructive that Mercedes is the only UK-based Formula One team recognizing this October as Black History Month. It is of particular interest that Williams, the team that Toto Wolff used to own before he was forced to divest after joining Mercedes, and the team that his wife Susie used to drive for, until she moved to join her husband at Mercedes, have not recognized Black History Month. It therefore appears that the Wolffs did not leave a legacy at Williams that would have led the team to acknowledge Black History Month. Instead, a former Williams driver, with a long-standing relationship with the Wolffs, is reviving an outrageous bid to strip Sir Lewis of his first title just as he is departing for Ferrari, but more on that in a future video. What is clear is that the Mercedes appetite for Black History Month is clearly linked to its black driver, and given that he is the only black driver in Formula One, it is not surprising that Black History Month has gone unmarked in all the other UK-based teams and Formula One itself, that saw fit to rob him of his 8th title. Now, McLaren opting to roll out the IndyCar red carpet for Black History Month in the US in February, while ghosting Sir Lewis in their tribute to their heritage during the Black History Month in the UK, speaks for itself. They found a convoluted way to commemorate Black history and inclusivity by ghosting the only black Formula One driver who just happens to be the greatest of all time. Mercedes, the only other team that Sir Lewis has ever driven for, are now following in McLaren's footsteps. With events such as discussing Black History Month during an interview with Sky F1 presenter Naomi Schiff, Sir Lewis has been the face of Mercedes's carefully crafted progressive image.
It is Black History Month, and I think we'll both agree that it shouldn't just be limited to one month.
No.
But you are listed as a Black History Month hero, so I'd love to get, your take on the celebration.
Well, firstly, that's like the first time I've heard that, and the realization that you are a part of can be a part of it. But I think everyone's a part of it, and yeah, I mean, there's naturally these months. There's these months to celebrate all these different things through the year, and it is a great month to when I was at school, we never ever celebrated it, and we never ever did any history work on it. It was never acknowledged at school, which was really frustrating for me. But knowing, my family knew about it, and getting to being educated at home about certain individuals, the struggle, the empowerment, the movement, some of the amazing accomplishments that have happened through history. That gave me a lot of hope that, firstly, there's a place for someone that looks like us, and someone of color, and it was incredibly informative.
But now, with their time together coming to an end, as Mercedes are lusting after a driver that is on the opposite side of the image spectrum to Sir Lewis, they have astonishingly chosen to ghost him in their segment declaring why Black History Month is so important to them. Can you Adam and Eve it? If that's not the epitome of Lewis Hamilton derangement syndrome, then we don't know what is. It's not as if they are excluding him from some technical information because he is Ferrari bound. Are they not the ones who, through their spokesperson, the inimitable Andrew Gopher Benson of the supposedly independent BBC, advised that they would not allow Sir Lewis to take part in any end-of-season testing with Ferrari, because he will still be under contract to Mercedes and has commitments to their sponsors? So, if he is under contract and has promotional and farewell work to do, that prevents him from test driving for Ferrari after the season-ending Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Why has he been ghosted in Black History Month? Why could they not produce a segment that celebrated their time together? Mercedes have now perched themselves on the horns of their own self-made dilemma. Should they continue celebrating Black History Month by ghosting Sir Lewis, then they will simply be broadcasting their saltiness. Should they cancel it after his departure, they will simply be declaring that they had been faking it all for his benefit. By choosing to ghost Sir Lewis during his last Black History Month, Mercedes have effectively cancelled Black History Month. Forza Ferrari.